Man, Maono, they have really been stepping up their game and giving Shure a run for their money. The stuff they're bringing us right now. They brought us the Maono PD100U, a USB-only microphone for $54.99, an all-metal body, amazing build quality, and amazing sound for $54.99. Wow, absolutely loved it. And then they brought us the Maono PD400X, a USB and XLR microphone, a starting kit. And what came in the starting kit? They send you a high-grade XLR cable, not one of those Amazon Basics cheapies, and they give you a high-grade pop filter, super thick, high quality. You throw this at the end of the Maono PD400X, and it brings you closer to that Shure SM7B sound with that bassy, broadcasty sound at a fraction of the price for just $150. They all come with the stand. But what about us XLR guys? We don't really mess with the USB stuff. What about us? Oh, Maono's got you covered. The Maono PD100. And no knobs, no lights, just a sleek, elegant look. What is the price of this thing? Well, right now I just looked on Amazon, and it's on sale right now for $44.99. $44.99 for an XLR microphone with that kind of build quality, and they give you an XLR cable to go with it. Come on, man. If it's that cheap, how good can it sound? We're going to take a look in today's episode of Level Up. Okay, so now we're on the Maono PD100. Oh, man, I'm just sitting here listening to it on my headset, and right now I have it on the Zoom PodTrack P8. I've had all the EQ turned off, so there's no EQing, no processing, no anything, straight out of the box. I'm absolutely loving the sound of this microphone. Man, the audio quality, this thing, I think, sits wonderfully in the highs, mids, and the lows. And then if you have a pop filter, like, and I'll include this pop filter in the description down below for you guys. I think it's like $18, but it is a high-grade pop filter, and I bought one of these for my Rode Pod mic 2 years ago. Absolutely love it. And then it came with the Maono PD400X, and it sits comfortably on that. And when you put it on here, this is what it sounds like. We had a little plosives pop in there, so Peter Piper packed pickle peppers. Peter Parker moved from New York to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania to deliver pineapple pizzas to all the wonderful people who are doing live stream podcasts. That's amazing for knocking down the plosives, and I think it even elevates that low end a little bit, again, to bring you closer to that Shure SM7B sound if that's what you're going for $44.99. And then an $18 pop filter on top of that. You're talking $60, $70 total. You don't have to buy the XLR cable. They sent that with it. I'm absolutely in love with this. Absolute steal. I want to go ahead and compare this with some of my other microphones that I have in the studio, microphones that I think are absolutely amazing when it comes to vocal, audio, spoken word, all of those things. I absolutely love them. So I got them behind me. Let's take a look. What are we going to put it up against in this video? We're going to put it up against the Rode Pod mic, a $99 microphone, dynamic microphone. Absolutely amazing. Can't go wrong with one of those. I have 3 microphones in a DIY Shure SM7B mod because they're handheld microphones. They're amazing A+ audio quality. I just don't like the look, so I'll hit them inside these mods. We've got the Shure SM58, the Shure SM57, which is the microphone that the president in the White House use when they speak to the press to make the president sound powerful and have that presence. It's a good microphone. The Shure SM58, one of the powerhouses in the industry, been around since the 60s, I think. Vocals, spoken word, amazing, but a handheld. At the very end, we have the LCT 240 Pro, which I think, to me, is absolute best of the best when it comes to spoken word. I put it above the Shure SM7B, the RE20, the Rode Procaster, or podcast, the Rode Procaster, Earthworks. Tom Buck did an excellent video on his channel where he did a blind comparison, a blind shootout of microphones, where he pitted the LCT 20 or LCT 240 Pro against all those microphones. And when it went up against all those microphones, it won. And it didn't just win by a little bit. It won. It got 70% of the votes. It is absolutely amazing, but it's a love-hate relationship. It's a beast. It's such a headache to use when you're on a boom arm because you can't pivot it. You can't turn it. Super sensitive. It's a condenser mic. So I use it for my voiceovers and my voiceovers only. But for live streaming, I try to go with something else so it's easier to use in a live stream. But again, when it comes to audio alone, I'm curious to see how this stacks up against my favorite mic, the LCT 240 Pro, my favorite of all time, minus the headaches. Without any further ado, Now it's on to the microphone comparison test. So here we go. I'm going to bring in my co-host for this segment, my daughter, Madison, and she is going to help me to give you guys that female perspective, a little bit of a lighter tone, high end of the voice, but just something to contrast a male voice. And here we go.
Hello, everyone. I'm Hermione, and this is the
PD100.
PD100, and I'm Hermione.
Okay, so now this is the Behringer XM8500, and this is what it sounds like, a $20 microphone, and it's sitting in the DIY SM7B mod, which cost me about $90 total, $45 for the mod, $30 for the shock mount, and $10 more for the pop filter. I'm pretty sure my math is screwed up on that one, but we're going to run with it anyway. Now her turn.
And this is what it sounds like with my voice, Hermione Granger. My name is Madison Newman, and this is Hermione Granger.
All right, now we are on the Shure SM58. Peter Piper packed a pack of pickled peppers and moved from New York City to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania to deliver pineapple pizza to all the podcasters. I don't know. That's all I got. All right, now it's her turn.
What do I say? You won't stop Snape from getting that stone or not. Has to be you, Harry. Not me, not Hermione, or not Ron, you.
Okay, so we are back on the Maono PD100 as a palate cleanser, and now we are going to be moving on to the Shure SM57, the White House microphone that the president uses to sound all presidential. You ready? Are you ready? That microphone's not plugged in.
Yes.
Yes, you ready? Okay, here we go. Let's try it out. So now I am on the SM57 by Shure, an amazing vocal microphone. As if you haven't heard already, it's the presidential microphone that the president uses to speak to the masses to sound all presidential. This is what it sounds like in my voice, and now it's on to Madison Newman / Hermione Granger.
Hello, I'm Madison Newman, also Hermione Granger. Thank you. You will stop Snape from getting that stone or not. Has to be you, Harry. Not me, not Ron, you. I'm Hermione, so I have to say Ron.
That's the Shure SM57, and now we are moving on to my favorite microphone of all time as far as spoken word, the Lewitt LCT 240 Pro, right?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, that's what we're going for. We're going for a yes. All right, here we go. Moving on. Okay, back on the Maono PD100 as a palate cleanser, just in case you forgot what her voice sounded like on this.
Has to be you, Harry. Not me, not Ron, you.
All right, on to the Lewitt LCT 240 Pro, which I just want to preface by saying that it is not a dynamic microphone like these other microphones. This is a condenser microphone, but again, I just wanted to compare the Maono PD100, which I just think is an amazing sounding microphone, and just see, out of curiosity, how it stacks up against my personal favorite, my favorite sounding microphone of all time, the LCT 240 Pro. Let's check it out. Okay, this is the LCT 240 Pro, my favorite microphone of all time. I absolutely love it, warts and all, but here we go. Peter Piper packed a pack of pickled peppers and he put pineapple on his pizza, and Peter Parker left Manhattan, New York to move to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania to deliver pineapple pizza to all the podcasters, and why are you looking at me so weird?
If you want to stop Snape from getting that stone or not, has to be you, Harry. Not me, not Ron, you. Hermione Granger, a.k.a. really Madison Newman.
I almost forgot the Rode PodMic, which is one of the more famous and well-known podcast microphones, dynamic microphones for $99. And again, this is only $44.99, but we're going to put it up against the Rode because you see it everywhere. And let's get to it. The Rode PodMic. And here you go. Peter Piper packed a pack of pickled peppers and puts pineapple on his pizza. Then Peter Parker left Manhattan and moved to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania to deliver pineapple pizza to the people of the masses who did podcasts. And now it's time for Hermione.
I'm Madison Newman, Hermione Granger. You will stop Snape from getting that stone or not. Has to be you, Harry. Not me, not Ron, you.
Okay, so now I'm back on the Maono PD100, and I have my pop filter put on it, and I've actually added a little bit of EQ to it just so you can see how good it can sound. I'm still going to play around with it some more, but this is my basic setting, and you just don't pay attention to Hermione in the background. She's just loving life back there. And one last time for a palate cleanser, we're going to have Hermione here speak into the Maono PD100 with it EQ'd and the pop filter on. Here you go.
I have to sneeze. Awesome. I'm Madison Newman, Hermione Granger, and Noot, noot. You want to stop Snip from getting that stone or not? Has to be you, Harry, not me, not Ron, you. I say Ron because I'm Hermione. I can't say my own name.
Okay, so my final thoughts on the Maono PD100. First off, I just have to say how amazing I think this sounds. For $44.95, if you honestly told me and sent this microphone to me, and they didn't send it to me, I got this one on my own. I had some Amazon gift cards laying around. I've been so impressed with the Maono mics that they've been sending me and doing the reviews on. They just blown my mind, and how awesome they sound and how much they're giving Shure a run for their money in the MV7 and SM7B market. I mean, these guys are giving you quality, they're giving you a wonderful budget to work with, and amazing sound on top of that. If someone had told me this was a $100 microphone, I'd have paid it without a problem. The sound is that great. The build quality is that great. And if I had to rate this out of a 10, I'd probably give it a 9. And the only reason I'm giving it a 9, even though, I mean, as I'm talking, it probably says, man, you should be giving that a 10 the way you've been so excited about it. But honestly, I give it a 9 because I think it is really sensitive to plosives without the pop filter. When you get really close, Peter Piper packed a pack of pickled peppers. And it's not bad when you have proper mic placement off to the side, but when you do kind of turn over to your monitor and you're trying to talk and now you're saying Peter Piper packed a pack of pickled peppers, even if it's down below and it's pointing up, I still think it picks up a little too much plosives for my comfort. So you got to make sure if you're not using a pop filter that it's off to the side, 45 to 25 degree address. You put it in the right place, it's not a problem. But when you're doing a live stream, you're going to turn your head from time to time when you're going to look at your mixer or your monitor, and you're going to get some of those plosives popping in there as you're moving around, even if you're trying to stay head on. So I do recommend you getting a pop filter. And again, I'm going to leave a link in the description down below for this pop filter because this really solves the problem. On Peter Piper packed a pack of pickled peppers, I can move around in my setup right now and still have it in the proper placement. But again, if I need to move in a jiffy, I'm not going to have to worry about plosives just by the tilt of a head, even if it's just for a brief second. As far as my tone, high, mids, lows, I haven't touched it. It sounds excellent right out of the box. I absolutely love it. And the fact that this is $44.99, again, blows my mind. Now, I just want you guys to put this into perspective. If you're trying to start a podcast and you want amazing sound, you want equipment that's built to last, and you don't want to break the bank, I can't think of a microphone that hits all three the way this does. The Shure MV7, $250. The Shure SM7B that you're seeing in all these podcasts on YouTube and TikTok and all that stuff, that's $400. I want you to think about this for a second. If you're trying to start a podcast and audio quality is a must and build quality is a must, but you're still trying to work within a budget, man, there is no microphone out there that I think touches on all three in a 9 to 10 score out of 10 than the Maono PD100. I mean, for $44.99, you can get 5 of these microphones for the cost of one Shure MV7. And your podcast and the people on your show are going to sound like this. And it's built out of solid metal, not plastic. And it's small and lightweight. So when you have 4 of these or 5 of these in your bag, unlike the Maono PD400X, which weighs about, the weight of a bowling ball, or the Rode Pod mic that weighs as much as a bowling ball. Excellent build quality on both those microphones. And again, they're $100 to $150. This is still built out of solid metal, but it's light and it's small. You can fit a lot of these in your travel bag, and you can travel to satellite or remote locations to record your podcast, whether it be coffee shops or friends' houses, wherever. So go get yourself a Maono PD100. I did. I'm so glad that I cashed in my Amazon gift cards for this microphone, because this thing absolutely blows me away. And when it comes to voiceovers, I'm going to start mixing this in with my LCT 240 Pro for my voiceovers. The Maono PD100, amazing, $44.99. Awesome. Sound quality, awesome. Build quality, amazing. Dude, can't go wrong. Man, it's going to put a smile on your face because you're just going to be blown away by the quality and how little you paid for this thing. Maono, amazing. Dude, sure, you better start looking over your shoulder because Maono is coming. That does it for today's episode of Level Up. I'm Mike Newman. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button, or gently press it. You don't have to be aggressive with it. Show it some love, and then subscribe so you guys are notified when future and hit the notification bell so you guys are notified when future content goes up. That way you don't miss it. And until I see you guys in the next one, peace out.